Because I'd started out when I was very young. I'd looked at myself and I said, no, there's a person that he could expand himself as an actor, as a writer, a director, a poet, if you don't mind. He could have been a comedian, or he could have been any sort of performance artist. The point is that when that artist reaches said function, that function ceases to remain the progenitor of ideas. The ideas are locked up within the zone of who and what you were when you decided what you are to become being what you are now. This was something a little bit a little bit hard to understand, but I had looked into the soul of the man. I looked into the very soul of the creature, and I said, there is before me, I am looking into the eyes of God. But it wasn't so simple and it wasn't so complex. It was something about it that when it had come together when we were performing together. I'd noticed it in amongst my tribe. We'd all been doing a certain way, a certain function, but one of us would do it a certain other way, and that would evolve, and then we would all look and say, "Oh, look what he had done! He splattered everywhere. He zipped it up and he splattered everywhere." But that moment right there, that moment defined us. It defined where art could go from where it had been. It had been in a place that had been stewing, it was on the back burner. No one is doing art for a while. He was a bit wondering whether to be an artist was dead. That a person, well, I don't remember his name. His name was David Tripp. He came to me with just a quote I need from him. It's not art that's dead. The soul is dead. Okay, hold up. There's no pause function on YouTube. Things are kind of poorly designed. Let's see here. I'm gonna check my Twitter. Checking my Twitter. Checking my Twitters with my 60 followers. Bum 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 bum. This YouTube should be like a tribute to my Twitter followers, all 60 of them, because they're so rare. Verified, really. You know, it's quite. I mastered this art shit. The mask gets wasted. Oh no, there's a commercial. We gotta wait 5, 10, 20 seconds here. No skip. Oh, no, okay. Anyway, where I was on. I was looking into the soul of the man, and what looked back to me was a man who was deep in his own frustration. He was stewing in his own beef, really. I looked at him and I said, make some sense of the world, man. You must get up from wherever it is that you think you've fallen into, and you must rise. You must rise, you must fly, you must be the bird that you are. And do not let these simpler people decide what is important to you. And I said that to myself many times. I mean, Sharon here, she can point out many times when I've said it, Sharon. But you agree. But what I'd known was that no matter how far I had pushed myself, I had not pushed hard enough. There was another little bit, a smidgen more, that I could have been pushed, and I pushed upon that. I scratched at the scar. I said, David, look at what you are. Look at where you've been. Look at who you think you are, and you don't parody yourself or parrot that, but take it seriously, and look back and you will see. But things were a little bit difficult back then for me. I wouldn't know what to say. I would say other things. I was hiding the family secrets. I was trying to push it all to one side and forget about it. But there's got to be a moment of honesty and truth, and when you're doing art, eventually that's to come up. What happened was, I said, David, you're a man, and you gotta be one, and just go for it. But it was not what you think it was. It was a little bit harder to reach than that, because when you put your hand into a pile of goo, and that was your friend's face, and you just like, what happened, mate? Where did this go? alright, where did this get bad from? It got bad from here, got bad from over there, got bad from over there. There was no here, there was only there. Everything in the future was just the past. Everything in the present was just the past. It was a flashback, and you could not escape reliving the moments of your own demise. So you push them aside with art. You use the art to make a leverage point to push them away, and you fill that up with as much crap as you can possibly imagine. You put it there, and no one in their right mind could ever understand you. But that's not what we were going for with this. What we were going for was an explanation, academic, maybe academic, but an explanation for how things could get so hard for an individual. Why things weren't fair in life. Why things always come to shit. And there was no explanation for that. See, that was just me becoming what I am. I don't think there's anyone who's ever gonna understand that better. So sometimes I have to live with that. There's no games, there's just me in the games. You know, me in the words, me in the writing, it all leads somewhere, it led somewhere, being led from, led to. You know, you gotta reach a moment of awe. To me, like, when I cry, when I tear up, that's my moment of awe. That's where I realize that life, it's this vast experience. It doesn't end, it just keeps going on forever, and everything piles on top of itself. And it's not in a negative way, though, and like this mystical, like, you can hold it in your hands sometimes. Life doesn't slip through like sands of time. And I use the poetry to understand that, to look in myself and say, well, yeah, sure, you know, you fell down a few times. You never really put yourself out there. Nobody even knows you're an artist, let alone your name. People don't know what you have to think. They don't know what you have to say, what you have to show them. They don't. There's nothing magical about you. There's just you. You know, none of the best things in life exist to other people. They exist to you. They're firmly in your hand, and you got to take what you learn from what exists to you and take it out there to a bunch of people who are like, they can't see into that. They're looking through the paradigm of a conformist world, and they're saying, "Give me art, Dave. Let me breathe. I want to know what art is, or was supposed to be. What was I need somebody to read the classics, man. I need someone to tell me what was up with that. Like, what happened when it became about money? When we threw our careers away, when we threw them back, and we said, I will sell out every second of every day because I don't owe the audience real art anymore. It's not about that. It's about something greater, which is the dollar signs that I can put on top of everything. But the problem is that that's been put on top of everything now. There isn't anything you can find where the soul hasn't been corrupted except for art. It's the real-ish, the stuff that you don't see on the TV, in the movie screen, things that you might see in a YouTube blip and then it gets deleted because the content clashes. You're going to get your ass sued off. You say any word that is in the dictionary, you're going to find someone to sue you. And that's where art is going. Art is going, you dominate, you be in a dominant position, a dominant role, and you take it to them, or else they take it to you when it's over. Because no one ever amounts to shit when they're an artist. And that's where life is starting to become. I'm just trying to change that.